What if everything we thought we knew about Ty Borden was wrong? What if the man who broke our hearts when he died, the man Amy loved and Lyndy barely remembers, is actually alive? Season 19 of Heartland opens with a moment that turns the world upside down. A quiet morning, a walk through the woods, and then a voice Amy hasn't heard in years. Ty's voice. Is it real? Is she dreaming? Or has something far deeper been hidden all along? Stay with us, because what happens next changes everything. Ty Borden was never just another character in Heartland. He was the soul of the story, a troubled teenager who found a second chance at life on the ranch, surrounded by horses, healing, and the Fleming family. From the moment he stepped onto the screen, Ty wasn't just someone Amy fell in love with. We all did. Fans watched him grow from a boy with a rough past into a man who stood for loyalty, strength, and love. His journey wasn't perfect. He made mistakes, carried emotional scars, and often struggled to forgive himself. But it was that very struggle that made his growth so powerful. His relationship with Amy wasn't a fairy tale, it was real. It took time. They faced pain, separation, and even danger. But their bond always pulled them back to each other. They learned to communicate. They supported each other. And when they finally got married, it felt like a reward we'd all waited for. Together, they brought Lyndy into the world, a bright, gentle little girl with her father's eyes and her mother's spirit. But then, just when it seemed like Ty and Amy's life had settled into peace, tragedy struck. Ty's sudden illness and death at the start of season 14 shattered that peace and broke the hearts of millions of viewers. His death wasn't violent or dramatic. It was quiet, almost too quiet, as if the world had lost a light without even noticing it was going out. Amy's grief was raw and honest. She shut down. She tried to stay strong for Lyndy. She found comfort in her horses, her family, and the land, but Ty's absence was a wound that never healed. And for many fans, it was a hard goodbye. Even now, years later, viewers talk about Ty as if he never really left. Because in some ways, he didn't. He's in Amy's memories. He's in Lyndy's questions. He's in the silence at the dinner table. His shadow is always there in every sunset, every gallop across the fields, every quiet moment between Amy and the wind. So when season 19, episode 1 begins, everything feels familiar. Life at Heartland has moved forward, but Ty's presence still lingers. Amy now runs the ranch with a quiet strength. Lyndy is older, curious, thoughtful, and more like her father than anyone expected. Jack still watches over the family with wisdom and care. And Lou continues to lead with her heart, even when things get messy. Life goes on, as it always does, but nothing feels whole. That's why what happens next feels so impossible. Amy takes a ride out toward the old cabin, the one she and Ty once fixed up together. It's a place filled with memories, and lately she's been drawn to it more and more. Maybe she's looking for peace. Maybe she just misses him. The trees are tall, the air is cool, and there's a stillness all around. She dismounts, walks slowly, the ground crunches softly under her boots, and then, she hears it, a voice, faint, behind her. She freezes. Hey, Amy. It's not possible. It can't be, but her body knows before her mind can catch up. Her heart pounds, her breath catches. She turns around, and standing there, half hidden by the trees, is the one person she thought she'd never see again. Ty, not a ghost, not a dream. Standing, breathing, real. Amy doesn't move. Her face is frozen in shock. Her lips part, but no sound comes out. And then, Lyndy, following behind her mother, peeks out from the trail. She looks up at the man standing there and asks, in her soft, innocent voice, "Mommy, who is that?" The screen fades to black. To be continued. For a long moment, nobody moves. The wind rustles the trees, but everything else feels frozen. Amy's eyes lock on Ty, not daring to blink, not daring to believe. Her breathing is shallow. She doesn't run to him. She doesn't scream. It's like her body is trying to catch up with what her heart already knows. That the man standing in front of her is real, alive. But how? Her fingers twitch, as if they want to reach out, but she can't take that first step. And Ty, he stands still too. No smile, no words, just the look of a man who's returned from somewhere far away and doesn't know where to begin. His eyes flicker with guilt, hope, and something deeper. Something broken. Behind Amy, little Lyndy tugs on her mother's jacket. "Mommy, is that Daddy?" Asterisk Amy drops to one knee, slowly, her hands shaking. She places them gently on Lyndy's shoulders, her voice comes out soft and cracked. I don't know. Asterisk because she really doesn't. This can't be real. She buried Ty. She cried for him. She raised their daughter without him. She stood at his grave, placed flowers there. He was gone, but now, somehow, impossibly, he's back. Ty takes one step forward, and Amy stands quickly, her instincts rising. There's anger now. Not loud, not yet, but deep. Her hands ball into fists. Her voice, when it comes, is low and sharp. Asterisk, where have you been? Asterisk Ty doesn't answer right away. He looks at Lyndy, really looks at her, and his face softens. You can see the pain of missing years in his eyes. She's taller now, older. He's seeing the time he lost right in front of him, and for the first time, his voice breaks the silence. Asterisk, I'm sorry. Asterisk, Amy shakes her head. That's not enough. Sorry doesn't fix the ache in her chest. It doesn't explain anything. It doesn't bring back birthdays, first steps, or nights, she cried, herself to sleep holding a photo of him. She feels the heat of betrayal behind her tears. Asterisk, you died, she says. I watched you die. Asterisk, Ty swallows hard, looking down at the ground. You weren't supposed to. Asterisk, that sentence hits like a punch. What does that mean? What could possibly justify what he did or didn't do? Amy steps back. She needs space, needs to breathe. Her eyes glance down at Lyndy, who is watching them both with wide, confused eyes. Ty crouches gently, careful not to get too close. Hi, he says to her, his voice quiet. I'm Ty. Asterisk Lyndy frowns. You look like the picture. In Mommy's room. Asterisk Amy doesn't say anything. Her arms wrap protectively around her daughter. She doesn't know what's happening, not really. Her mind is racing. Is this a trick? A dream? A cruel look-alike? But deep down, beneath the shock and pain, she knows. It's him. Asterisk that night at the ranch, the silence is thick. Jack sits at the kitchen table, staring at a steaming mug of coffee that's gone cold. Lou paces. Tim is already outside, pretending to check the fence line but really just trying to calm the storm building inside him. The news has hit them like a freight train. Ty Borden is alive. No one knows what to say. Questions hang in the air like smoke. Where has he been? Who helped him? Why didn't he come home? What happened the day he was supposed to die? Asterisk upstairs. Amy sits at the edge of her bed, staring at the spot where Ty's old hoodie still hangs on the door. She never had the heart to put it away. Lyndy sleeps curled up next to her, exhausted from the confusion of the day. Asterisk and outside. Under the stars, Ty stands alone. He looks at the barn, the house, the lights in the window. So many memories. So many ghosts. He knows the road ahead won't be easy. He knows he's broken more than just hearts, he's broken trust. But still, he's here. After everything. Asterisk he whispers into the dark, like a prayer. Asterisk, I just wanted to protect you. Asterisk, but protect them from what? Asterisk, and what secret is he still hiding? Asterisk, because in Heartland season 19, nothing is as simple as it seems. Asterisk, the next morning, the silence at Heartland is louder than ever. No one knows how to act, what to say, or even what to feel. Jack, usually the voice of calm, is quieter than usual. Lou avoids eye contact. Tim's jaw is clenched, his temper barely held back. And Amy, she's watching Ty like he might disappear again. Asterisk, he hasn't told them anything yet. Just that he's back. Just that he's sorry. Asterisk, but sorry isn't enough. Asterisk, not when you've been gone for years. Not when the world mourned you. Not when your daughter grew up without a father. Asterisk, the family gathers in the living room. Ty stands in the center, hands in his pockets, staring at the floor. He doesn't look like the man they remember. His face is thinner, his eyes are darker. There's a weight on him, something heavy. Something he's still carrying. Asterisk Jack speaks first. You owe us more than silence. Asterisk, Ty nods. He takes a breath. Then, slowly, the truth begins to come out. Asterisk, I didn't die that day, he says. But I came close. Asterisk, he explains how the infection that almost killed him didn't take his life, but it changed it. After collapsing at the clinic, he was rushed to another hospital, a private one. One not on any record in Hudson. That's where things turned. Asterisk, they told me I was lucky to be alive, he says, his voice low. But then someone came to see me. Someone I didn't expect. A pause. Amy leans forward. Who? Ty hesitates. A man from my past. Someone I knew when I was a teenager before I ever came to Heartland. He tells them about a part of his past he never spoke about. A group he got mixed up with. Dangerous people. Years ago, he thought he left that behind. But somehow, they found him again at his weakest moment. They said, if I came back to Heartland, they'd hurt you. Hurt Lyndy. Amy's eyes widen. So, you just disappeared? I didn't know what else to do, Ty says. I thought I could protect you by staying away. I thought it was the only way. Jack's voice rises. You let us bury you, Ty. You let us think you were dead. Ty looks down. His silence is an answer. Tim stands up, pacing. You should have told us. We could have protected you, all of us. You didn't have to disappear like some ghost. But you would have fought back, Ty says. You would have brought danger, right, to the ranch. I couldn't risk it. The room falls quiet. And that's when Amy speaks. Her voice soft but full of pain. Do you know what it did to me? To us. I had to tell our daughter that her daddy was gone. I had to watch her cry for someone she didn't even remember. I had to learn how to keep going without you. Ty nods. I know, and I'll never forgive myself for it. Lyndy walks into the room just then, rubbing her eyes, holding a stuffed horse. She looks at Ty, then at Amy. Is he really my daddy? Amy swallows hard. Yes, sweetie, he is. Lyndy walks to Ty. He kneels down slowly. She looks at him carefully, then wraps her small arms around his neck. It's the first time she's touched him. The first time he's held his daughter, in years, and it breaks something in everyone watching. But even in that quiet, tender moment, the danger isn't gone. Ty may be back, but his past still follows him. He knows it. Amy knows it. And Jack knows it too. That night, after the others have gone to bed, Jack finds Ty outside by the fence, looking out at the hills. Is it over? Jack asks. Ty shakes his head. No, not yet. So they could still come. Maybe. Jack nods. Then we'd better be ready. Because Heartland isn't just a ranch, it's a family. And if anyone comes for one of them, they'll face all of them. As the stars stretch across the sky, Ty leans on the fence, wondering how much more he'll have to face to earn back the life he walked away from. And wondering if he even deserves it. The days after Ty's return are heavy with emotion. Not dramatic. Not loud. Just quiet tension, like the whole ranch is holding its breath. Amy doesn't know what to feel, and that's the hardest part. She used to know him better than anyone. She could read his thoughts in a glance, feel his mood in the way he moved. But now, she looks at Ty and sees someone familiar and a stranger. She wants to scream, to cry, to hold him and push him away at the same time. Love doesn't disappear. But trust, that's harder to get back. At night, Amy lies awake staring at the ceiling, listening to the silence. Ty is sleeping in the bunkhouse, not because she asked him to, but because he knew. It's not time yet. Maybe it never will be. She thinks about the mornings he missed brushing Lyndy's hair, helping with breakfast, the little jokes they would have shared. She thinks about how she grieved, how she forced herself to move on. And now that he's here, the grief hasn't vanished. It's just changed shape. Lyndy, on the other hand, is adapting in a way only a child can. At first, she watches Ty with wide, unsure eyes. She doesn't talk much when he's around, just stares, as if waiting for something to click. But kids feel things differently. They don't ask for explanations. They look for energy, for tone, for warmth. And slowly, Ty gives her all of that. He reads to her at night now, carefully, gently, like he's learning who she is for the first time. I missed everything, he says to Amy one evening on the porch. Her first words, her first day of school. Amy nods. And I had to explain why you weren't there. Every time. They sit in silence for a while, just two people trying to mend a shattered timeline. Back inside the house. The rest of the family isn't coping much better. Lou is trying to stay calm, to manage everything like she always does, but even she is shaken. This changes everything, she says to Peter on the phone. We all mourned him. Now we have to unlearn that grief, Asterisk, Jack keeps watching Ty from a distance. There's love in his eyes, but also hurt. Jack was the one who gave Ty a home when no one else would. He believed in him. And now, he wonders, did he really know the man he raised? Asterisk, Tim is angrier than anyone. He doesn't hide it. Asterisk, you don't disappear on your family, he snaps. You don't fake your death and call it protection. That's not how it works. Asterisk, Ty doesn't argue. He takes it. Every word. Because he knows he earned it. But things start to shift when something strange happens. One morning, a car shows up at the edge of the property. A black SUV, tinted windows. It doesn't drive in. It just sits there. Watching. Asterisk, Ty sees it first. He doesn't say anything. He just walks out toward the road. The SUV drives away before he gets close. Asterisk, later, he finds a note nailed to the barn door. No signature, just one sentence, scribbled in rough handwriting. Asterisk, you should have stayed. Gone. Asterisk, Amy finds the note hours later. She turns to Ty, fear flashing across her face. They're still following you. Asterisk, he nods. I think I made things worse by coming back. Asterisk, but this time, Amy doesn't back away. She's angry, but not scared. Not anymore. Asterisk, you didn't come back alone, she says. You came home, and if they want to hurt you, they'll have to go through all of us. Asterisk, that night, she lets Ty sit beside her at the kitchen table. Just for a while. No talking, no fixing, just being there. Asterisk, Lyndy climbs into his lap with her coloring book. She doesn't say anything either, just hands him a crayon and points to a picture of a horse. Asterisk, color with me, she asks. He nods. In that moment, something small begins to heal. Not everything, not yet, but something. Asterisk, still, danger is circling, and they all know it. Asterisk, the question now isn't just why Ty disappeared. Asterisk, it's who exactly he's running from, and whether that danger is already at Heartland's door. Asterisk, night falls heavy on Heartland. The sky is clear. Stars scattered like quiet witnesses over the ranch. Everything looks peaceful, but underneath, the air feels tense. Something is coming. Amy feels it in her chest. Jack senses it in his bones. Even the horses seem unsettled, pacing restlessly in their stalls. Asterisk, Ty doesn't sleep that night. He stands outside, staring out past the hills, watching for headlights. His old life, the one he thought he left behind forever, is finally catching up. And now it's not just about him. It's about Amy, Lyndy, everyone at the ranch. Asterisk, earlier that day, he told Jack everything. Asterisk, the group he used to run with before coming to Heartland, they weren't just punks getting into fights. They were part of something darker. Small-time muscle for organized crime in Calgary. Ty got out before things turned violent, but he saw things, new things, enough to become a problem when someone from that group landed in prison and started naming names. Asterisk, one of those names was Ty's. Asterisk, I was supposed to testify, he told Jack, but someone warned me not to. Told me to disappear or my family would pay the price. So he disappeared. He was never in witness protection. Just hiding. Off the grid, living like a ghost in the far north, working with a backwoods wildlife rehab center that didn't ask questions. No phones, no connections, just silence and guilt. Asterisk, he tried to let go, but he never did. Asterisk, Jack listens to all of this in silence. When Ty finishes, he doesn't say much. Just a quiet sentence. You should have come to me. We would have handled it. Asterisk, Ty's eyes are tired. I thought I was doing the right thing. Asterisk, you were doing what you always do, Jack says. Carrying the weight alone. Asterisk, now, Ty's not alone anymore, but the danger he tried to keep out is already circling the ranch. Asterisk, that night, Amy finds him near the old paddock. He doesn't hear her approach. I keep thinking about the day we said goodbye, she says. Ty turns. His face is half in shadow. I keep reliving it. Asterisk, Amy's voice breaks. You left me, Ty. I had to bury you. I had to tell our daughter you were never coming home. Asterisk, I know, he whispers. And if I could go back, asterisk, you can't, she interrupts. None of us can. They stand there for a long time. Then she steps forward and puts a hand on his chest. Asterisk, but you're here now, and we fight together. Asterisk, Ty nods. They both know it's not over. Asterisk, the next morning, things take a dark turn. Asterisk, Lou finds the barn doors wide open, tools scattered. One of the horses is missing. Amy rushes out to find Lyndy, who had been feeding the chickens, now gone from sight. Panic hits her like a wave. She shouts her daughter's name, running across the yard. Then, behind the old tractor. She finds her safe, but scared. There was a man, Lyndy says softly. He was watching me. Amy picks her up, heart racing. That's it. The warning is over. It's an attack. Jack arms the house. Tim rides out to check the fence lines. Lou calls the police, but they know it'll take time. And time is something they no longer have. Ty grabs an old rifle, one he never thought he'd use again. Amy watches him load it, her hands shaking. If you go after them, she says, you might not come back. Ty looks at her. If I don't, they'll never stop. But before he can leave, something unexpected happens. The black SUV returns. This time, it doesn't wait at the edge of the road. It drives straight into the ranch yard, bold and slow, like it owns the place. Ty steps out to meet it. Jack and Tim stand behind him. Amy clutches Lyndy close from the porch. The window rolls down. A man in a suit sits inside, cold, expressionless. You've made things complicated, Mr. Borden, he says. You should have stayed dead. Ty doesn't flinch. You come near my family again, and I won't just disappear. He follows her inside. Amy watches him go, unsure of what the future holds, but knowing one thing for sure, the man she loved is back. But the past he left behind has come with him. And season 19 is just beginning.